Hello, welcome back to the James Ramblin' Reviews. It's going to operate a bit different because I'm going to be talking about the best and the worst of 2022, which is the best and the worst movies of this year in my opinion. So if anyone out there disagrees with what I have to say in this video, that's fine. Leave a comment and stuff like that. I like the video if you want, I guess. But so I'll go over the worst and best movies. I'm doing it in one video because if I do it in two separate videos, especially during, Christmas time and all like that, it's going to be a bit of a weird mix. You're going to spend time with family and then, I have to make a video in the middle of that, all that stuff. So might as well just get it out of the way, and I'm going to do a Christmassy review maybe. So, I'll cut straight to the chase here. So the worst movies, I'll just lay out what the worst movies are that I thought, and then I'll just dive into them. So some of it's like Morbius, Thor, Love and Thunder, Prey, like all of those movies that I just had really bad reactions to. But the thing is with Morbius, I actually laughed quite a lot during that movie, just how dumb it was. But the other ones I just didn't, it didn't click with me, my brain. And then the best movies, like Top Gun, Maverick, Avatar, The Batman, Nicolas Cage, Everything Everywhere All at Once, stuff like that. So the Morbius stuff is like, yeah, this movie's just really bad, and you could tell it's really bad when they dropped it on April Fool's Day and they didn't know where else to put it in the time slot of the year. And that's kind of it for Morbius. Everyone's already said enough about it, the memes and all that, praising the film, but it's just a really mediocre movie that feels like it came out in 2007. And then you had Prey, where, I got really into Predator, and this movie just defines the fact that, they could have just left this franchise alone. Like, it's a prequel, and it's, set in the 1700s, and it's like, there's this girl who needs to defeat the Predator, and she needs to adapt to this society and all that, and this culture and this tribe. But there is a movie with a tribe in it that does this way better, but that'll be for later on in the review and the video. But the movie just, and then you incorporate modern language into this tribe of, I can't even remember what the tribe is called. That is how forgettable the film really was for me. And so because of that, and and I'll put the link in the description of my Prey review for this video, right? So that's Prey. Then there was Thor, Love and Thunder, which I have already addressed, but that movie was actually the worst movie I've seen because the humour was really bad, and it just that you had, like, the saving grace was Christian Bale as Goa, but then you had really bad jokes, and it really damages the Thor character, which I didn't like either. There was just a lot in here that didn't work for me personally, and so it really wasn't the movie for me. But it was just on such a level that it is the worst movie I've seen this year, and I can't change that. I don't think I'm ever going to rewatch this movie. I don't want to admit, I'm trying not to remember the film, but I have to recognise that this movie just was really bad. So then we get into the best movies, and if we're going to do a nice segue here, if we get that, we go for The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, which is a really funny movie compared to Thor, Love and Thunder. That was a Nicolas Cage movie, just highlighting his career in that. And it was just a very well done film and stuff like that. That's kind of the emphasis on the Nicolas Cage film. Then we get around to Everything Everywhere All at Once, which is a very good movie. You have these different, like, unique styles of art, and you see the multiverse and all of this stuff, and it does it a little bit interestinger than Doctor Strange did. But Doctor Strange, The Multiverse of Madness, wasn't exactly the worst movie or the best movie. That's why it's not here on this list. Then we cut straight to the chase. So we had the Nicolas Cage one, we had Everything Everywhere All at Once, but then we get to The Batman, which was a movie that I liked. There was parts of it I didn't really enjoy. There was some weird dialogue, and it dragged on for a bit, and then there was the Riddler reveal that I wasn't the biggest fan of. But that doesn't change the fact that it was a movie that recognised that it was really trying to do something different, like a Batman crime story, and I do respect the movie for that. Like, it just telling a Batman story where he's trying to solve a crime instead of beating up, a parody, jokey version of the Joker or Bane or something. So it tried to do something different here. And so then we go to the next one, which is Avatar: The Way of Water for me, because there was really good visuals in here. Really, like, the dialogue wasn't that groundbreaking, but the story was good because protecting family was good. You had all of that stuff. You had really good messages about that. Then you had your cliches still, but it was a very entertaining film and enthralling. For a 3 hour movie, it felt like 2 hours and 90 minutes, and overall, that movie just comes in at number 2 or win it, whatever, because it was just a very, very entertaining film, and it just did wanting to do. And I will link my reviews for some of these movies in here in my reactions whenever I've mentioned it on the show. And if I've not mentioned it on the show or the James Allen show, maybe I'll plug that in there as well. So that means clocking in at number 1, we have Top Gun Maverick, which is a very phenomenal film. It's a really fun movie. Tom Cruise, he comes back into the fold as this fighter jet pilot guy, flying these planes, never giving up, never surrendering to anybody, stuff like that. And it's just really wholesome, and the beach scene, and it's just happy messages again, and bringing back an old relic, but not just making it feel silly or anything like that. No nostalgia bait where you brought people in thinking it's going to be the most best callback ever, and it's not. It's just baiting you, but it never does that. And you can check out my Top Gun Maverick review, which got over 300 views and stuff like that. So this is where I'm going to end it, so that's just the best and worst of 2022 for me. So I hope you enjoyed the review. We'll come at you with maybe a Christmas review. Then we've got the Christmas episode coming out for the James Ramblin' Show in about 5 or 6 days from now. And then we've got the 50th episode to worry about. Maybe we'll reflect on how the show went over the year or whatever the case may be. So yeah, I'll see ya.